Myself, I know Panda did as well, and we'll see you all again soon. We hope that you have enjoyed this deep dive into South African nature. We hope these stories have filled your heart with peace, awe, and a deep desire to come and visit. If this safari spotlight has kindled a flame to be in Africa, you can visit wildearth.travel to help plan your dream safari adventure. We'll see you on the next Safari Spotlight.
Carcasses. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is the show where we look for all things wild. This is Safari Live. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to your sunset safari this afternoon here at Sandringham Private Game Reserve. My name is Amy, and behind the camera with me, of course, is Mr. Muscles and Paw, and we are out and about. It's drizzling a little bit. I just have to keep wiping my face, but we're very happy to be out here with you all. And we actually are starting off, we are on our way to go check on that female leopard with the impala kill in the distance. And we stopped here because of the rain to say hello to all of you and look at some necking giraffe. Actually haven't seen this yet on Sandringham, so it's nice to be able to have a look at this sort of behavior. And of course, this is a live and interactive show, so please do make sure that you chat to us, and there are lots of different ways that you can do that, whether it is on the Wild Earth app or the website. You can also chat to us in the YouTube chat stream. Just make sure to use @FC if you want to ensure that we see your comments and questions. Otherwise, you can talk to us, join the conversation on X, or chat to us via WhatsApp. These two seem to really be going at each other quite seriously. They look like two younger boys. And for anyone who doesn't know what's happening here with these giraffes, it's basically the males compete for dominance or test out their strength against one another, and the action is called necking. We are very excited to see if that leopardess is still at her kill. Definitely what our plan is for the afternoon. And if she is still around, we are definitely going to stick with her. Otherwise, if the carcass is still there, we'll stake her out again. Hopefully she'll come back. It all will be revealed shortly. Okay, well, while we continue to make our way there, let's send you over to Andrew to say good afternoon.
Thank you, Amy. Good luck with your leopard this afternoon. Yeah, that was quite magical this morning. Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another lovely afternoon here in the Eastern Cape, here at Amakhala Game Reserve. When I say it's really lovely, it's about 25, 26 degrees Celsius. Pretty awesome. Can't wait to be out there. My name's Andrew and that's Morgan. He's behind the camera this fine afternoon. And as yesterday, we managed to see those young cheetah cubs for about 25 minutes or so. So we're hoping to do that this afternoon. We've left a little bit earlier and we're going to be heading towards Amma North. We're going to see if we can't get another sight of those beautiful, magnificent young cheetah cubs. If not, apparently the Ellies are somewhere around there, not too far from the last known den site for Pumalela female cheetah with her cubs. So yeah, we'll be heading in that area and see what this afternoon is going to bring to us. Alex, we're excited to take you out. Thanks for being a part of the experience. And what an experience it is. You know, this morning we had a very quiet one. We were driving around, we were hoping to find animals, but we just could not get anything. It was fairly quiet on our side this morning. But after yesterday afternoon, from what we saw with those cheetah cubs, I mean, if you could rate that sighting, it would be a 99% sighting. So that was really top notch. It was great for us, it was great for the viewers, and overall, I mean, the game reserve was just overall very happy because some of the guides got to see those cheetah cubs. Yeah, another day in this beautiful place. Can't wait to get out there and see what's potting in the reserve. Yeah. So I think we'll probably go in the general area where those cheetah cubs were seen. Oh, I only heard a little bit of that question. Morgan, did you get it? Yeah, it broke up a little bit there. Nina. Alright, Nina, so they'll take about 2 years normally to become independent of mom. Yeah, so in those 2 years, those young cubs would need to master all of those basics, and then they start their own life and they start to refine their skills and show the world what they've got. Yeah. But they're young. I thought they were around about a month old. They're a little bit older than that. They're about 5 weeks, so they're still very young. They still really need mom. Lots of attention. And I think mom has got her paws full. Because yesterday when we saw those cheetah cubs, they were climbing on top of her like she was a hill. Just climbing on top of her. A little bit of grooming was taking place, and then just like that, they started to walk. And we decided to leave them at that point because, you know, 2 vehicles trying to follow them for cubs that are 5 weeks old, it's a bit intimidating, don't you think? So we thought, okay, let's leave them. We've had a good time with them. Let's not push our boundaries. We left, and today's a new day. We're heading that same direction. Yeah, the reason why we like to go in the afternoon is, yeah, man, us being around on the reserve, we get to hear of the certain habits of the animals and when they like to come out and so on. As it seems like those cheetah cubs enjoy the afternoon sun because it gets cold at night and it's very cold in the morning. So they sun themselves, and yeah, makes it easier for us to spot them. Otherwise, on a good day, cheetahs are very difficult to spot. So you got to go out there. You have to look under every bush, look through every nook and cranny in the reserve or in that area, yeah, and try and spot these well camouflaged little cubs. Okay, so if you did miss that experience yesterday with those cheetah cubs, no worries. Our director Jarrett this afternoon, he's going to play you a highlight clip. So we're going to play that now, enjoy it, and I look forward to hearing what you think. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I bring to you Pumalela's cubs. Lee, I know. Look at that young cheetah cub climbing on top of mom. Oh man, this is brilliant. You've all been extremely patient and we really appreciate that. But we came around the corner and they were waiting for us. They want to be seen by all of you viewers. It's about time. Look at that, honey badger. Oh my goodness. Oh, they look just like honey badgers. That is unreal. Yeah, to be honest with you, I haven't seen cheetah cubs so young before in my entire life. I've seen slightly older than this, but not this young. Hey, Kimberly, afternoon. That's something I like about them as well. It's such a wonderful strategy, isn't it? It's ingenious, actually. If I was any animal in the bush and I didn't want to be harmed, honey badger would be the best bet. So there you go. How was that? Oh, I'm so sad if some of you missed that experience, but luckily for the highlights we can play them again. Oh man, just thinking about it, I just relive those memories of yesterday. And yeah, the youngest cubs I've ever seen in my life when it comes to cheetah cubs. Morgan as well. Did you say you saw them so young, Morgan? Never seen them so young. So yeah, for us who spend every day out in the wilderness, see that, we saw something new. Let's hope this afternoon we can do it again. That would be lovely. You're not going to give up that easily. It's like when you know something is there, you just try and figure out a way to reach it. Rachel, that was, oh my goodness, remarkable. Oh, nature is full of surprises, isn't it? Oh, I don't want to go too fast over these bumps here. Nature's full of surprises. And every now and then, I like to call it the little gems that you find in the bush. In a normal day, you know, you might go along, you might see some of the animals that you see quite frequently, but then, just like that, something new waiting for you, a new experience, new feelings, and something to put into the I have seen list. So now, yeah, with all the things that I've seen in my life, I can add young cheetah cubs.
My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently.
At Wild Earth, we believe every story has the power to create change. That's why we've launched the Wild Earth Impact Foundation, a non-profit dedicated to conservation and social impact. By showcasing conservation stories, we can change lives, protect nature, and empower communities. We have partnered with Empowers Africa to accept tax-deductible donations from US donors. Your donation will help fund critical programs that support our mission. Join us and be part of the change.
My full name is Mpomu Tikani. Best part of my job is coming to see nature. Worst part of my job is logging. That's the worst thing ever, because you have to log amount of footage. You sit in front of that computer and yeah, you think of deleting the footage, but no, they need the footage. If I went a camel, probably a soccer player. I know some people don't believe me, but I'm very good, and I'm very fast.
Step away from your daily stress and escape into nature with Wild Earth. Immerse yourself in the wilderness and become part of the natural landscape. Watch as everything comes alive. Join us as we slow down our thoughts, put aside our distractions, and reconnect with the wild.
I think she's been gone for a while.
Alrighty, I believe we just lost Cedric there, but no worries. It's all good. You've got us for now, and we're gonna keep on going along here. Yeah, I must say the air is so clear today. Sometimes it's a little bit hazy, but today it is crisp and clear, and the temperatures are lovely. This is perfect cheetah sunning weather, I reckon. I saw some of the screenshots that you all took and the write-ups that you all did. Oh man, that was some good stuff. Well done, everyone. Okay, yeah, as I mentioned this morning, we were driving around looking for animals, and then later on in the morning, the 3 female lionesses from the Amakhala Pride were spotted, but only for about 10 minutes, and then they must have gotten cold or something like that, because they soon disappeared into the valley. And then who knows, maybe now that the sun is out, that they're out again. So it's always one of those things when you select a route to drive and then you hear, oh, something is spotted all the way down there. Oh, Samantha, yeah, that was lovely. I just want to show you the view here. Cheetah sightings, just the adults is one thing, but when you see baby cubs, that's a whole new ball game altogether. It's a present. I like to think of it as a present. The mother, she didn't have to show those cubs to us, but she did. Okay, so yeah, this is heading towards Amakhala North. We're still in Amakhala South, the main reserve. And this is all this that you're seeing is all Amakhala, and this is just a small fraction. So all in all, it's about 10,000 hectares, and if you want to sort of relate to the size, think of 10,000 football fields. So lots of land, lots of habitat, different types of biomes, and therefore the diversity is really there. There's so many different things that you can see on Amakhala, from some of the nocturnal specials to over 300 species of birds. Charlene, it's a wonderful afternoon. This is good safari time. Yeah, with weather like this, I think it's ideal to go on the safari because the animals, given this time of the year and given the morning temperatures, this is the time of the day when those day active animals are going to be quite active. Later on in a couple of hours, even aardvark will start moving around before it gets dark. Lovely, isn't it, eh? I often wonder to myself when I look at, say, for example, the view that you're having now, what sort of animals are all the way out there, behind the bushes, in those thickets and so on. We might not be able to see anything from here, but imagine you could understand exactly what is out there. All the little mice and the snakes, all the insects, just in this shot that you're seeing. All the mammals and birds. Brilliant stuff. What a wonderful scene. What a wonderful environment. But it is World Environmental Day. So, yeah, Jared is going to play you a scene now, celebrating this World Environmental Day. Enjoy.
Birds, they're all around us.
They connect us.
Regardless of language.
Across cultures.
Beyond borders.
Despite our differences, they unite us.
They inspire us and bring us joy.
Birds are indicators of the health of our environment.
Our grasslands, fragile wetlands,
Forests.
And our majestic oceans.
They tell us when something is wrong.
The canary in the coal mine.
What is good for birds is good for people.
Good for communities, for business, for the future.
but many of them need our help.
For over 100 years, we have been studying and conserving birds.
We've been watching them.
And watching over them.
And maybe a little obsessed with them.
Which is why we are doing everything we can
to ensure they survive and thrive, so that our children and their children
can also experience the wonder of birds.
We are educating the next generation.
Creating jobs.
Empowering communities.
Protecting habitats.
Building a sustainable future.
Raising awareness.
Preventing extinction.
Creating hope.
We are BirdLife South Africa. We are giving conservation wings.
Well, BirdLife is an incredible organization, and we're so grateful for the work they do. And birds are incredible animals. They are special, and I love them. I love looking at them, and I don't know what the bush would be without them, really. So we're very grateful to BirdLife for everything that they do. Birds are such an important part of our environment, and we appreciate BirdLife South Africa. And yeah, it's great to be able to celebrate them as well as our environment today. Well, we have come back quite a lot closer now to this tree. We can really have a good look at that carcass, and on closer inspection there is still a lot of meat there. From what I can see here, she's really only
Join me, Andrew Wistenholm, for an indescribable 6-night stay in the beautiful Albany of the Eastern Cape at Amakhala Game Reserve. Now this trip is going to be action-packed with a lot of storytelling, adventure, as well as the opportunity to make everlasting memories. We'll be exploring the best of Amakhala by staying at 2 luxury lodges, which will be the perfect blend of comfort as well as wilderness. Book your spot today and let's get ready to explore the wild beauty of Amakhala.
South Africa's wild places are closer than you think because Federal Airlines brings them to you. From the calm of our FedAir lounge to the smooth boarding of our trusted fleet, we take care of the journey so you can enjoy the adventure. Our flights go beyond the ordinary, connecting you to South Africa's most remote and extraordinary locations. Federal Airlines, your gateway to the South African wild.
Out here, every wild moment matters, and as a Wild Earth explorer, you won't miss a thing. Watch the Wild Earth channel, ad-free 24/7, where you can even rewind and watch something again. Get access to behind-the-scenes videos, fireside chats, and access to early travel offers. It is the best way to stay connected and be part of the Wild Earth family.
At Ngala of leopards, wild dogs, and hyenas, and an impala. I think it was an impala that I think the wild dogs were chasing it into the Timbavati, and then a leopard grabbed it and took it up the tree. The hyenas were following the wild dogs. I think the carcass fell and the wild dogs were eating it, and then the hyenas stole it from them. Something like that. I might have the order wrong. But wow, something like that is incredible. And in those circumstances, that's when leopards would abandon their kill, I suppose, if they're forced to. Also makes me think of a sighting that Trish had, her and I were there together, where we discovered that a leopard had killed an impala. I think 5 impalas went into the thicket and only 4 came out. Turns out a leopard had killed it, and June and 2 others, well-known hyenas, stole it from that leopard and left the leopard just looking quite sad in the background. I do hope that we get to spend more time with that beautiful girl. Oh goodness, I feel like this morning was a bit of a dream. Puma, absolutely. She is probably lying here looking at us and we can't see her. Absolutely classic that she would be looking right at us. I have a feeling that she may have come down the tree, yes, for water, but also there was a troop of baboons around, which are currently in the Jackalberry on the Timbavati River. And I think maybe she didn't want to be spotted by them. That could also be part of a reason, because they would alarm call, which then would maybe give her position away, and she doesn't want the attention, maybe. But I'm scanning around the base of the tree here between the bush willows to see if there's any movement, a flick of the tail, anything like that. Pangolins galore. I mean, she was here until 9:30 at least in the morning. And I mean, that was broad daylight. Whether, I know what you mean, if she'll actually come back, move and come to the carcass, I don't know. It's definitely possible. Also listening out for any sort of francolins maybe calling as she's walking through back to the tree. Something like that. Mana, in terms of a hoisted kill, I would say another leopard, lions. Wild dog and hyena, as far as I've ever seen, don't have the ability to climb such. This is a very high trunk, I would say 5 meters at least high, if not more than that. So realistically, for them to reach there is not likely. So I think leopards, lions, and birds of prey, and vultures. So they definitely have the ability to come and eat off the carcass, as we saw last night, that Faroese eagle owl. Very happily coming to munch some of the meat. Alright, well, we are going to sit here and see what happens. While we do, let's send you into a virtual safari with Rolf in Mabula.
Morning everybody, welcome aboard with me, Ralph Kirsten, and on the camera I've got BK with us. It's a wonderful start to the morning. Just before sunrise, we're in this crepuscular period. We've come here to Ngulubi Dam, just behind me. The sun hasn't come up just yet, and we're waiting in that zone, just listening to the night animals that are slowly starting to go down in their activity as the daytime animals are becoming awake. But first time for me on Mabula Game Reserve, and our plan for the day, or my plan at least, is to be discovering all of the area and a new game reserve for me.
So, Oryx gazella, the Latin name for this most regal of antelope, locally known as gemsbok. And this originated from German Southwest Africa, now known as Namibia. But the Germans, having come across this antelope, likened them to the gamsebok, which is a mountain goat that they find in the German Alps. And so it has now changed into the locally called gemsbok. These animals highly adapted to desert conditions, and they thrive in the deserts of the Namib. Here, though, in the lush greenery of Mabula, after the rains that we've had in the recent past, they are absolutely thriving. But they don't do very well when it continuously is wet because of their specialist adaptations to surviving in water-scarce environments. And they've got a few of these adaptations, one of them being the carotid reed system in the nasal passages, which assists in cooling the blood to the brain. And they also heat up the external parts of their skin, which assists in keeping their internal body cooler. Absolutely incredible animal, and very fascinating. So we've managed to catch up with the sub-adult lions of the Mabula Pride. There are 7 of them here, looking very sleepy. No idea where the females or the pride male is. We might sit with them for a little while. If nothing happens, if they don't wake up, we'll maybe go and see if we can find the male and or the 2 adult females. So we've spent some lovely time with these lions, but the sun is out. It's got quite a bit warmer, and I'm predicting that this is probably going to be them for the rest of the day. So maybe we'll come and check in with them a little bit later, but I think for now, let's head on out. So we left all those youngsters and we saw this male's tracks heading down the road, and we followed them, and here he is. He's probably about 1 kilometer or so away from the youngsters. Where the females are, though, is anybody's guess. I'm going to try and follow up behind him. All right, he walked a little bit down the road, not too far, but I tell you what, I thought he was just changing of position because he was a little bit uncomfortable. Surprise, surprise, he led us to the females. Voila. So everybody's accounted for. The 7 youngsters, they're, as I say, about maybe almost 2 kilometers now away from these adults, but we've got all 7, and the big male, he's there in the background lying in the shade, and the 2 adult females. So wonderful. So we come to the end of this first drive out on Mabula Game Reserve. For me, anyway, it's a new reserve, but I hope you've all enjoyed it. I certainly have. So once again, thanks again, and I hope you join us again as we continue going and finding out whatever we can out in the bush.
Brilliant stuff, Ben. I actually saw Ben just before he went to Mabula, and he was very excited to head on that way. And glad he's managed to get some nice things there while he was there. All right, so look at the open plains. Got some plain zebra, sort of in the middle. This almost looks like a scene from Tanzania or the Mara. Not that I've been to the Mara, but very close to. With the open plains. Okay, everybody, I had a question yesterday from Armando about some of these mushrooms growing out of termite mounds. So I managed to do some research. I've cleaned the screen and I've upped the brightness on the phone. You can't see it. Oh, yeah, you can't see too well. Okay, never mind. We'll scratch that. We'll go back to the zebra. But anyways, yeah, Morgan? Try again? Yeah? All right, let's try again. I don't know if it's going to work so well.
Cover the screen from shadow.
Okay, let me get this up and running again. There we go. Okay, I must get the shadow out.
And face it towards the camera.
Face it towards the camera. Is that better, Morgan?
More.
A little bit more? That's the best we can do. So we had a question from Armando yesterday about some of the mushrooms growing out of termite mounds. This one is almost like a flower-like mushroom. It's called the Podaxis subspecies. And then another type of mushroom that grows out of the termite mound is the following one. And this is the Philorinia subspecies, which almost looks like a piece of candy in a way. Can't see it too well. Okay, well, we tried. No worries. We did try. But I do hope Armando is with us this afternoon and he managed to get that. All right, back to these.
What does it take to handle the wild? Balance. Determination. Focus.
Yaku!
And gear that can take a beating so you don't have to.
My name is Takudzwa Panda Msesani. My scariest moment is when it happened twice. The other time I was with Cedric and the other time I was with Steve. And all those times, it was a black mamba. My favorite meal in camp is gonna be burger and chips.
Welcome to Safari Spotlight. We'll be
And you pretend like you're a serviceman, eh?
Got no idea what's going on in this reserve.
Expecting the unexpected.
Are we stuck down there?
What am I trying to do?
Because we have another giant of Mabula.
That was incredible.
This is unbelievable.
It's going to be a spectacular afternoon.
Safari, wine, and waterfalls. The ultimate African adventure. Sip South Africa's finest wines. Experience a world-class safari among Africa's iconic wildlife. And stand in front of Victoria Falls, one of the natural wonders of the world. All this can be yours with Wild Earth Travel, where Africa comes alive.
It's very peaceful. It's absolutely silent out there. Not really hearing any birds call, and it's completely quiet. All right, that was a good view of these plain zebra. I do think we should carry on and stick to our plan this afternoon. So let's go. Alrighty. Okay, so we're not too far from where those young cheetah cubs were seen. Yeah, it's always a good idea to check the last known place where they were, but chances of them being in the exact same place is so slim. Okay, I believe Amy is still looking for her leopard, so let's go back to her and see if she's got an update for you all.
Hello everyone, welcome back. We are in the same spot but having a look at a jackalberry tree almost directly opposite, but where the jackalberry tree is with the carcass. But this one has two vultures on top. They were making quite a bit of noise this morning. And the one on the right was just sitting with its wings out, I think drying off after the rain. This is also the jackalberry tree that has a troop of baboons that are busy running around all over in it. The one on the right was drying its feathers, like I said, but now clearly doing some preening. Very busy. And with the baboons around, if they did see her or had seen her recently, they would definitely alarm call, which they are not doing at the moment. We'll have to see if there's any other birds that come and try and take a chance here with the leopard away from the food. Oh, there we go. How beautiful is that? Joe, there's absolutely they can. There's no reason that they wouldn't. It's food for them, but perhaps either they haven't spotted it or they don't feel confident enough to try and come and feed on it with the leopard still being around. You saw how, well, perhaps not everyone saw this morning, but there was a hooded vulture, which is a vulture species, a little bit smaller in size than the ones that we're looking at now, that flew quite low past where the female leopard was feeding on the carcass, and she jumped up. Well, she wasn't feeding, she was just resting, and she jumped up and went to protect her kill from the very close vulture. But carcasses are their specialty. It's exactly what they would be looking to feed on. So, Joe, if they knew or if they felt confident enough to come and try and take some of it, they definitely could. I don't think I've seen a vulture feeding on a carcass in a tree, as in a leopard's kill that has been left alone. But that's not to say they don't pick it off or pick off bits, or there's pieces of it that they could feed on. Well, from Wild Earth Travel, there is an exciting opportunity to join the amazing Danielle Carstens in Botswana in October of this year. There are just 2 spots remaining on that photo safari, and it's going to be incredible with the use of an underground hide. You can sleep out there. Beautiful accommodation at Mashatu Lodge, as well as, of course, Danielle to help you take the best photos ever. If you'd like any more info, you can head over to wildearth.travel. I must say, having spent the morning with that leopardess, I do feel a lot more surety of her relaxed nature and the fact that she wouldn't have any problem coming back while we're here. She's very much, not bothered with us, which is great. So that also gives me confidence that she'd be comfortable to come back while we parked here. Looks like there's a little bit of light breaking through the clouds. My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently.
The Wild Earth Impact Foundation is a non-profit that uses the power of wildlife storytelling as a force for good. We create sustainable development projects that showcase conservation stories, empower people, and inspire environmental action. As a registered South African PBO, you can make a tax-deductible donation to the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. To find out more, visit our website.
My name is Takudzwa Panda Msesani. I really want to film an artwork, and it has been my goal. I'll be just keeping my eyes open. The worst driver is James. He's driving, yeah. You gotta be holding on back in there, yeah? Like in bumps, and I mean, it happens when, these things happens when you're actually going for animals usually. But then, yeah, he's driving, yeah. You gotta put your seatbelt.
If you love watching Wild Earth, here's a little tip. Become a member. You can gain access to the channel ad-free, you can rewind and re-watch sightings, and you can join our Tuesday live safaris. There's also behind the scenes videos, fireside chats, and every SafariLIVE episode, whenever you want it. It's just a better way to stay connected to nature.
Wow. All I can say is wow. I was saying earlier, it feels like this morning is still a dream. I can't believe it that it happened. Finally. We've been waiting for so long, and today is a day that I will never ever forget. Many of us, I don't think, will ever forget. After so long searching and hoping and just checking every single tree, tracks, being so close. I remember John had some very fresh tracks of a leopard that must have just crossed one of the, I don't know if it was the Timbavati or one of the rivers. They were on top of his vehicle tracks, I believe. Eric just missed a male and female that were reported a little bit further south from here. So we've been close along the way, but today was the day, and hooray! All right, well, just incredible that we can coexist at the same time as a leopard and share it with you. And speaking of, let's send you into an Environmental Day clip all about human-wildlife coexistence.
Coexistence is the word I would say I love. And coexistence is basically about trying to live together in a beautiful landscape like here in Botswana without really interacting negatively with each other. So CLAWS stands for Communities Living Among Wildlife Sustainably. CLAWS, we're an organization working in the northeastern panhandle of Botswana.
CLAWS is a project very close to our hearts. The communities that we partner with for this tourism venture have been facing the challenge of conflict with lions for many, many years. And it's always been something that's been very difficult to manage because there just wasn't enough information on how this conflict was happening. What CLAWS did very well was establish a research project which tried to understand where the problems were. And from there realized that a very large percentage of the lion population of that area were being poisoned. People were retaliating to their livestock being killed by lions.
So they would put some poison on an opening in a cow, kill a cow, just targeting the lions. So it would kill lions, it would kill leopards, hyenas, vultures, everything that was going to eat that meat. Because of that, we established CLAWS in 2014 with the idea of doing some impact on trying to help these lions, but trying to help these people. So we need to understand cattle is actually their livelihood, is basically how they sustain themselves. So we wanted to look for a win-win for humans, for cattle, for lions.
And what CLAWS have done really well is by building this herding program, have created a way for people to look after their cattle. And these people are getting incentivized from protecting cattle. And by protecting cattle, you're protecting lions. The idea of herding cattle is not new. This is a traditional technique that has been used for generations. What we really needed to do was have it organized so that the younger generation could see the benefits of herding cattle. Not only are the cattle kept healthier and protected from predators, but those bomas provide a very high nutrient package for the ground. And because it's a mobile boma, you're able to move that boma around in grasslands that are largely degraded and very nutrient poor. And by doing that, in the same areas where the cattle are generally kept, you're now able to restore that rangeland. This is a wonderful mechanism because traditionally the cattle would disperse far and wide, and all of the nutrients that they were putting back into the environment were so sparse and it wouldn't actually have a significant benefit for the rangeland itself. So now by packaging these cattle into the boma and rotating that boma around a specific area, we can now see regenerated grass and ensure that the cattle are kept healthy. After the cattle have been put in the boma and looked after through various veterinary services, various facets of healthcare, and of course keeping them away from lions, these cattle now become a prime market for beef. And the way that Wilderness can support this is through the purchase of that beef directly from these farmers. By doing that, these farmers now have an additional incentive to keep their cattle in the boma and to also make sure that those cattle stay healthy, so that they can be purchased by this now commercial market, which they weren't previously exposed to and are only exposed to now because of the CLAWS program. We also support the project with the funding of their lion response team, and this is a very mobile unit that works in the village, and once these lions cross this geofence, there's a first response team that get out there and do their best to keep the lions away from the cattle area and away from the village area. This is kind of the front line of defense for the lion conflict.
So we use satellite collars or GPS collars. Through these GPS coordinates every 2 hours so we can monitor all movements of these lions. We don't collar all the lions, but just troublemakers or conflict lions or potential conflict lions as well that might go to the villages and might create some conflict or might go for some cattle. On second hand, we have this VHF system or this radio signal that is going to allow us, while tracking in the field, to get direction through an antenna and find that lion once in the field, and also to respond to those alerts. We get to the position the lion might have moved, but we can get the exact position thanks to this technology and just get to scare away the lion if they are close to the village, causing some trouble.
Dominantly, our support for CLAWS comes from the ability of our guests to visit the project and contribute to the program after they've seen it and experienced it and met the people and seen the cattle and seen the environment, it really opens guests up to the story and allows them to fully understand how complex the problem is. 98% of our tourism operation is built on relationships with communities, and that is the essence of what we do and why we do this. So having that conflict resolved is of paramount importance to Wilderness.
So our partnership with Wilderness is just amazing. They've supported us greatly. Not only they've given great funds, over $50,000 between last year and this year, to support our Lion Response Team project, but also they have here, which is very special, 3 trackers that are going to go 6 days a week, every week during all year to track these lions. Doesn't matter what it happens, but they're going to be keen on supporting us. True interest is something that nowadays is not like that common, I think. So I really appreciate this relationship we have with Wilderness.
Alright everybody, we've managed to find a big male lion just lying under the, not quite under the bush there, but close enough. And this is the big male. His name's Guapo, in case you don't know. And thanks Jared for playing that clip. It's always a sad one when you hear of the conflict with humans and wildlife, and I think it's really important that we find new ways to coexist with wildlife, because let's face it, wildlife isn't going anywhere, and we all need to learn to live together in harmony. Okay, speaking of harmony, this male lion is enjoying this little portion of sun here. He's fast asleep, and he doesn't look like he's going to go anywhere anytime soon. Okay, we're not actually going to spend too much time watching this male lion. I mean, he's fast asleep, he's facing the other way, and we still want to try and find some cheetah this afternoon. So we'll still, stick with the plan. Okay, I'm hoping for a little bit of movement, at least a roll over. But theoretically, this male lion is going to start getting hot in that sun there. I know it's a mild, sunny day, but for male lions, they get hot. They've got this thick blanket of fur all over their neck. Sorry, Jay, can you just repeat the name there? But yeah, it's always nice to spend a little bit of time with this majestic male lion. He truly is majestic. And yeah, he's got a wonderful mane and a huge territory as well. Ellen. Thank you very much, Jared, for clarifying that. Thanks, Ellen, for that comment. Okay, so we are, during game drive time now. And so we do have a vehicle that's joined us on this sighting. So you might just hear vehicles every now and then. Alright, so I mentioned the territory of this male lion is actually huge. When we think of Amma North, this portion of the game reserve, I mean, he's roamed from east to west of this Amma South area, Amma North area. Then he goes into Amma South through the corridor, which is an extension from this area to the main reserve. He's all mane, you say. I agree with you. He's got an impressive mane, this male. It's fully sort of grown mane. And it could be a little bit darker, but it's still nice. And when we think of this male lion, when he goes into the main reserve, so Amma South, there's from east to west, from north to south. He's been seen. The only
thing we've noticed with the lion pride on Amakhala is they don't seem to want to go through the tunnel which links the main reserve, which is Ama South, to an area called Ama West. And it's a tunnel that we drive through daily. And we've seen warthogs go through. We've seen, what else have we seen? Just general antelopes as well. Every now and then a couple of buffalo come through. So I'm just surprised the lion pride hasn't done so. But then again, they have a lot of land already to work with. Beautiful. Yeah, fast asleep. Didn't even move the whole time. But we're going to send you back to Amy. Let's see what's happening on her side. And I think we're probably going to leave this view and carry on looking for cheetahs.
Good luck, Andrew. I do hope so. Oh my goodness, those cubs are absolutely adorable. And I would definitely love to see them again, that's for sure. Just to let you all know that Cedric and Panda have gone back to camp. He's not feeling very well at all. Hopefully we'll see him tomorrow, but we do hope that he gets better soon. If anyone is wondering where our Chitwa and Jackie's feed is, he just needs a little bit of rest. So myself and Andrew will continue with the show this afternoon. Now the carcass is still in the tree here, and well, it's not going to do much, is it? It's a carcass, but it is awaiting its owner's arrival, as are we. I've been listening carefully. It sounded like there was some chewing happening around. So wondering if maybe a bit of the carcass fell down or was taken down by the leopard. But I think it's the baboons around that are also eating a little bit further away. Oh my word, tell me about it. Anticipation is building for sure. I just know there can be a moment where we just sit here and I'm like, oh, there she is, you know. It's definitely worth waiting for, especially after this morning. Animal lover, I suppose it's a fair thing to ask and wonder. My logical conclusion is that they just haven't smelt it yet, so they're not aware that it's here. That would be the only reason that is the case. There definitely are hyenas on Sandringham. We see their tracks all over the place, and I just think that this is a relatively fresh kill, 24 hours, just over 24 hours. She's obviously maybe covered the scent of the stomach contents, might be actually in a different location altogether. That very cleverly, as cats learn to do, is actually cover. That they scrape a lot of ground and grass over it, and the blood and all of that type of thing, so it doesn't start to smell. But also, animal lover, we've had some very cool weather today. And that also slows down the degradation of the carcass, as well as all the rotting of the flesh and that sort of thing, which creates quite a scent. And so I think that's also helped keep its location hidden from the hyenas. Dark Main Lover, I mean, yeah, I hope they can get the scraps after the leopard's finished eating on it. I don't know. I definitely want her to come back and continue feeding, but if she doesn't and the vultures finish it off, I'm very happy for the vultures as well. I think we're going to have to do a loop just now around here and see if we can figure out where this chewing noise is coming from. It's worrying me. Jacob, so what we need to remember is that when this carcass was hoisted, I believe all the sort of the insides were already eaten or at least removed. A lot of the initial blood would have been lost on the ground and come out of the carcass then. So there would have been a little bit of, I suppose, liquid left, but it wasn't like it was killed and brought up whole, which can happen. Oh, some very upset baboons. But in this case, it seemed like the whole rib cage was already open when it was brought up. So that means that all of that blood from a very fresh kill would have been soaked into the grass.
There she is.
Where?
I think so.
Poor. Is she there? Yes, there she is. She's just moved. Well done. You saw the movement, of her paw. We've been waiting, yeah. Oh my word, yes. Look at that. Everyone, there she is. She's been resting at the base of the tree. Paul caught the movement there while I was looking at the baboons shouting. That's her paw. That is 100% her paw. So she is here. Incredible. The vultures are mating at the moment. It's all going on. Oh. There we go, hey?
Good things come to those who wait, yeah?
Absolutely, absolutely good things come to those who wait. Thank goodness she was bothered by a fly or something there. Oh, there we go. A little bit of more movement. It definitely is just a waiting game.
Katika mwanga wa mwezi kivuli hutembea, mrembo mweusi anayepotea, macho yake ni taa, gizani huwaka, Fufula msitu malkia anayejificha.
Wild Earth has launched a special fundraising drive for our non-profit, the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. We're raising funds to source, create, and showcase thousands of untold stories. Stories that spark real action in conservation and social impact. Visit our website to donate and explore how you can become a founding donor.
My full name is Maxine Gaines. Most people that know me really well call me Max. I'm a mum. I have 2 boys. One is 16 years old and one is 14 years old. I'm a very proud mama of my 2 boys. I've just always been passionate about leopards. I'm passionate about their conservation. I'm just passionate about everything to do with leopards. I love them.
Karina, I know. Oh my gosh. I can't actually see what the camera is seeing at the moment, which is so great because Mpa's a lot higher than I am, so he's got that extra advantage, and the movement I wouldn't have seen it. Like even now when she moves, I can't see it, so I'm very grateful for that. We all are. And I mean, unless she moves to even see that, I mean, that's like a freckle out here in the bush. And I mean, the fact that we came basically to the last spot that's about 25 meters from this tree that we were at this morning, and she didn't even look up. We didn't see any movement, so she was completely unfazed by us coming here, which is great. And it's only a matter of time, I think, before she heads up to the carcass. It's been lovely and cool today. No reason really for her to need to find any shade or anything like that. Just simply taking a chance to rest down on the ground. Like I say, I think she's also taking the opportunity to hide her presence a little bit from things like baboons. There's been a lot of impalas around as well. So just keeping a low profile. Okay, well, we are not going anywhere, everyone. This is fantastic stuff. We are going to sit here. Hopefully she pops up into the tree soon. But while we sit here, let's send you over and check in with Andrew.
Thank you very much, Amy. Well done for spotting that female cheetah again this afternoon. Very, very nicely done. So we left that male lion, and we thought we'd just show you the environment in which we're searching for cheetah at the moment. So it might look easy because it's so vastly open, but it's not always that easy. There's so many little hiding places here, and when the cheetah lays flat, it's difficult to spot them. NJ, it does happen sometimes. I'm sure the 3 male cheetah that are in that coalition, they've already, spotted lions and been close enough to them. But in the past, Amakhala being the reserve, there's been a lot of cheetah that have been killed by lions, which happens quite a bit in nature where cheetahs get killed by those bigger predators. So, it happens. And I'm pretty sure the cheetahs here already, I'm not going to say interacted with them. They're not really going to interact with them. If a cheetah sees any form of a lion coming, they're going to try and hide and run away. But Pumalela and the 3 male cheetahs, they know how to handle themselves around such big cats being around them. So that's at least. Okay, so there's some localized thicket environments amongst these open plains, as you're seeing now. This is where it becomes tricky, and a cheetah with cubs does like to go into environments just like you're seeing now, where there's low undergrowth. And lots of little spots where they can definitely hide, but we must just keep searching, of course. We're going to play you a highlight. Jared's going to play it for you of the cheetahs being chased by lions here at Amakhala, and it was with Eric. So let's take a look there.
This young boy is really coming along. He's starting to fill out. But he better watch out now, because his father's coming, and his father's been administering a good amount of beatings to his son. These lions, I love watching lions in the morning. They have this kind of this is always some form of energy that they bring to the sightings. Oh, isn't that sweet? But when big cats, big dangerous cats like this turn into pretty much these little kitty cats, that couldn't harm a fly. Meanwhile, they could harm quite big animals. What a lovely morning. I think what we're going to do is maybe... Oh my goodness, you guys are so playful. I think we're going to get a little bit closer to them. The lions are somewhere around here as well, and are heading in this direction. I think that... Where are they? I don't want to run over one. Okay, there we go. We think there's only 2 of them here. I'm not too sure where the third one is. But I think that they can sense something and know what's happening, but they're still heading in the wrong direction. But we're not. We're going to keep following them. Olive, I think the only similarities that lions will share with cheetah is the fact that males form coalitions. Everything else that cheetahs do is very different to lions. Oh, I definitely think they know. Oh, there's impala here. Yo, impala, you best watch out. But yeah, they do. Cheetahs are primarily solitary animals, males and females, and only really joining up. Oh, they're hissing. Oh, there's a lion right there. Right there, in front of the car. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys can hear, but they are hissing. They are not happy. And there they go. And here comes one of the females. Oh my goodness. Oh, my goodness. There's 3 lions in pursuit of our 3 male. Oh my goodness. Oh. In the distance we can see there's 2 lions in very, very hot pursuit after those.
Wow. Well, drama. That sounded very intense. I didn't actually know about that whole ordeal that took place. But it just goes to show what can happen when these cats do encounter one another. Now this leopard that we're looking at is known by the name of Hlalamba.
My full name is Maxine Gaines. Best part of the job, gosh, I just love everything about guiding. I love being able to observe animal behavior and animals behaving naturally. So for me, that's by far the best part of the job. And so what we do here at Wild Earth is develop those connections with the people that are viewing and maybe just light a little spark that says, you know what, I want to be involved in protecting this ecosystem.
Step into the heart of Africa from the comfort of your home.
Female leopard tracks over here.
Join our expert guides for a live 3-hour safari where every moment is real, unscripted, and unforgettable. Ask questions.
Animals rely on their senses.
Share your thoughts and be part of the experience as we explore together. Safari Live.
But I cannot say for certain. I think so. I think it is a possibility for sure. It would be cool if she was a leopard that had been ID'd somewhere else before and perhaps comes from another reserve that we can get a little bit more history on her. That would be awesome. And we have some amazing viewers who are so clued up with the IDs of these cats and hyenas and all sorts of things that it's actually quite incredible. And a lot of value is added through that. Dolly, yeah, I mean, in all likelihood, there is more than 4, maybe 6, maybe 10, who knows? About 5,000 hectares of space. There's a lot of territories that can overlap. So who knows exactly? but more than one for sure, I would say. She's very still now again. And I think the reason that she's gone to sleep down there is because although a branch is comfortable, she can be spotted, whereas down there, I mean, we can hardly see her. So everything else is very relaxed around here as well. But I think that's also, now we have an answer. We're wondering if the vultures would come to this carcass. They're not going to come if she's still here. She won't let them. Okay, well, while we sit and wait to see if this leopardess gets up, we are going to send you into the On This Day clip with Tristan.
See, he just keeps cutting Shadulu off. Every time she tries to get to Hukumuri, he cuts her off and scent marks. You see, look. And you listen to her snarling. Now this could be a defining moment for Hukumuri. This could be him being ousted from an area. He is definitely giving way. Is this Mulawati? Let me have a look properly with binos quickly. Come on, turn to me. Guys, look at this. Now listen, you can see Hukumuri's chasing the other male. It's that skittish male from Buffelshoek. They posturing laterally and Shadulu's between us. Shadulu's trying to mate with Hukumuri and this other male is following her. Can you hear the growling? Look, she's backing away from him. I think she's been trying to get away from this male since that day at the dam camp. This is fascinating. Now, Hukumuri's whole demeanor has changed. He reached the dam. He drank right in front of Mulawati and basically looked at him. And then from there, he's been the more aggressive leopard, pushing Mulawati back all the time. And Shadulu is with Hukumuri the whole time now. And Mulawati is the one that's kind of just following them rather than actually pushing now. So it's a complete shift in the postures.
Ah, thank you very much, Jared, for playing that. And nicely done by Tristan. What a sighting, eh? Seeing two leopards mating and then another male coming in there. Oh, you can just imagine the scene, the sound effects, which you all heard. Ah, breathtaking stuff. Just trying to think how many is the most leopards I've seen on a sighting. Oh, I'm going to have to rattle my brain for that one. But yeah, it's always a privilege just, to see more than one, let alone three. Nice job, Tristan. Okay. Right, we are looking for the 3 male cheetah currently. Let me just check something with binoculars very quickly. Ah, it's just a sand patch. Never mind. Let's carry on. Ah, when you're looking for cheetah, all these sand patches look like cheetah. When you're looking for something like, say, elephant, then all the termite mounds start to look like elephant. Oh, you got them, Morgan? Yay! Ah, I see. Morgan has spotted the 3 male cheetah. They're right up on the top of the boundary at the moment. Lenny, yeah, sure, I can do that. So, I mean, in many ways, cheetah, they hunt in a similar fashion to, say, leopard or lion, in the sense that they're going to try and get as close to their prey as possible. Even though they're so fast, they've got to try and get up close. And when they strike, then there's very little opportunity for that prey to run away. And the kill needs to be pretty quick. Imagine you're a lightweight cheetah and you pull down something that's quite large and you bring it down, but you can't really kill it. And then the animal's fighting with you, trying to get you to release it. So, yeah, when it comes to cheetah kills, they select their kills and their prey very, very well, because if they go for something that's too powerful for them, they're going to get smashed. they're going to get broken bones and, you know, chased away. So yeah, they know what they're capable of doing, and yeah, when they go for that prey, it's usually a very quick kill. Very little struggling is involved there, but not always the case. It's just amazing how when we read in books, they say cheetahs are hunting in the daytime, the rest of the cats hunting at nighttime. But I've seen on a few occasions cheetahs actually hunting at nighttime. So I mean, each reserve has got its own you know, adaptations. Each environment's got its own ways that animals are gonna adapt. I've never seen a cheetah run at absolute full speed. Apparently it's something to be seen. And when we think of animals like springbuck, who can also run pretty quick, it's quite the scene of seeing a springbuck running and trying to zigzag, and this cheetah zigzagging at high speed after it. Amazing. And you've got to also give a little bit of credit to cheetah, because they are quite light animals, and they run after their prey. Say they reach 100 kilometers an hour after their prey, they grab it, then there's a big roll. And you imagine, you know, some of the prey that they go for, they weigh quite a bit, and they get into a roll. And you imagine you getting into a roll, going 100 kilometers an hour. Oh, you're going to break your body, break your bones from side to side. So, yeah, give them a little bit of credit for what they can do as well. I've seen cheetahs try and go for birds before. They often will. Like especially young cheetahs, they'll go for much smaller things. They learn. Scrub hares really fill a great niche in that sense, because there's a fair amount of scrub hares in the environment, and you know, cheetah, they might try and go for those in the dusk time of the day. Yeah, no, they managed to flush a scrub hare during the day. Oh my goodness, unless that scrub hare can bolt off. Oh, cheetahs, they often go for them. Okay, so Morgan managed to spot these cheetah. So we're just slowly but surely making our way towards them. There is a vehicle that is with them, so we're just going to go nice and slowly. It's the 3 male cheetah, to be exact. It's not the cubs, I don't think. Okay, still got quite a little bit to go. Yeah, it's pretty chilly in these shadows. Can't wait to get there where those cheetahs are. It's nice and sunny. Alrighty. So much is happening in this Amma North. So much is happening. You know, yesterday or this morning, elephants were seen not too far from here. We know that the male lion is here. The cheetahs are here. Deirdre, you know, being the fathers of let's say, being the father or fathers of those cubs, because it could be a mixed litter between all 3 males, they're not going to harm those cubs. They're going to know very well that those cubs belong to them. They're not going to harm them. But I've never seen in nature a foreign male who is not a father do anything negative to cubs that are not theirs. I've never seen that. I've never read about that. I mean, I could be wrong. So we're on a boundary fence line at the moment. Please forgive me. We're just going to wait for this vehicle to go past us, and then we'll just carry on. Alrighty. Hello, Lenny. How are you? Good, good. Hello, everyone. Good stuff. Always so happy to see us wild earth driving around. Oh, what was that noise? Branch. Alright, so Lenny had a great question about the hunting habits of cheetahs. So Jared's going to play a clip of some cheetahs hunting and running full speed. So let's take a look.
Put up with the Three Amigos, and it's about to go down. These guys are on the hunt. They've spotted something very close here. Look at them moving in slow motion. They are totally focused. Now we're just going to stay on them, because if we move, we may miss it. what they've spotted, but they are in full hunting mode. The battle of life and death here, struggle for survival. Still moving forward. Real true hunters plying their trade. There it goes. There it goes. There they go. One round that side, one round that side. Now, that is... Oh, it's a kudu bull. What? Oh, and they're right behind it. It's going up to the fence. Oh, it's into the fence. Straight into the fence. Oh, they're on it. This will be incredible if they get this bull. So, the boys, the three amigos, our Ingwe and Kala, the crying cheetah, as they're otherwise known as in isiXhosa, are now just regrouping. I think they'll probably just catch their breath, and if we're lucky, they might head off for another hunt. We'll have to just hang about and wait and see. They do need a little bit of a chance because they did exert themselves a little bit there, and taking on a little bit too much, I think. But like we see now, these guys are not scared of much. That was incredible. Oh, bit of a swishing tail, nearly got smacked in the face. But yeah, now they're flat. And back to our cute and cuddly kitty cats.
Again, thank you, Jared, for that. And yeah, something to behold, seeing cheetahs chasing a kudu into a fence. My goodness. Yeah, we've just got into this area where these cheetahs are. And here they are. It's the three male cheetahs, the coalition called the Three Amigos. So far, they're looking in excellent condition. They're looking fine. And this one has managed to spot something down that slope, but I have no idea what it spotted. It could be close, it could be extremely far away. I see what this cheetah is seeing. So very far away. I don't even know if the camera will even see it. There's some zebras walking in the open plains, and this cheetah has spotted them. Not much that this cheetah is going to do to plain zebra, an adult at least, but most definitely the foals need to be careful. Alright, here's another one just on the side of this rocky road. Yeah, doing what I was hoping they were going to do this afternoon, is be in the sun. Pangolins galore, that is quite a sighting. Yeah, seeing three male cheetahs take down such an animal, yeah, that's special. I mean, you know, being three cheetahs, they're going to be able to do a lot more with regards to the prey that they hunt than a single moving cheetah. Even the Three Amigos, over the time that I've been around, while there has been kills and carcasses, they've gone for waterbuck, they've gone for
This is an unbelievable afternoon.
chidzana na tsima ra ntumbuluko dlovukazi ya xitsundzuxo hosi ya rhumela.
How cool is this?
Ah, nice stretch there. Ah, looking a little bit hungry, aren't they? Well, this one is. We'll need to follow up in the next few days and see if they manage to catch something. Oh, nice. Gonna lay right next to the other one. Ah, look at that. That's beautiful. Yeah, myself and Morgan, we've actually seen these very three cheetah right outside our accommodation. They managed to catch a kudu. When was this? Oh, that's a long time ago. It's a while back. At least a year ago. They caught a kudu, and yeah, it was always nice to know that, when we get back to our accommodation and we open the door and go in, that such animals are right outside, essentially. They're very observant. You can see one is lying down, sleeping, head down, but the other one is surveying the area. Now, often cheetahs, especially cheetahs that are by themselves, they lie down a lot with their heads up because it's risky for them. They know very well if lions come along here and smell them, they'll look for them as if they're trying to hunt them, and then if they get hold of them, then they're going to kill them and then walk away. They don't necessarily feed on them. They don't actually feed on them. Alright, so from cheetahs here in Amakhala Game Reserve, all the way we're going to send you to Sandringham with a leopard. Let's see what's happening that side.
Well, I'm so happy for Andrew that he did find some cheetah this afternoon. And we indeed have our lovely leopardess here, although we can't see much of her. She is moving every now and again. We've had her roll onto her back, a little bit of a paw in the air. All good signs that she might get moving soon. Head back up. Maybe she gets a little bit hungry, like, I feel like a bit of a snack. Oh, there you can see the paw. So it is nice to see movement, I must say. It keeps us guessing, like we don't know what's going to happen next or when she's going to decide to get up. And what I must say is amazing is that she has not reacted at all to all of the baboon noise that's happening about maybe 150 meters from her. We await with bated breath here, everybody. Yeah. Wildlife lady, without a doubt. Leopards, I would say, are one of the masters of camouflage. Their coats are so perfect to blend in with so many different types of habitats. You might not think so just looking at the sort of golden color with the black outright, but when you see how many sort of black little marks there are even in trees and between leaves and grass and that, it's the perfect combination of colors to blend in, whether it's on the ground or in trees. And she can decide really at any moment to head up the trunk of this jackalberry. She might not give us much warning at all. Cheeky baby Ellie, it's been a wonderful feline day today. Who knows, maybe Feline Friday tomorrow we'll still have her here in the morning. Fingers crossed. It really does depend how much she eats this evening. But even if she sort of finishes all the major bits of meat tonight, often they'll still hang out in the tree sort of one morning or day after before they head off in the evening once the kill is completely finished. So we'll wait and see. Oh. Okay, well, we're not going anywhere. We are staking her out until she comes up this tree. And while we do, let's send you back over to the cheetahs.
Alright everybody, we're still with this cheetah. Oh, there's been a little bit of movement. I just like how they're facing opposite sides there for a moment. But I don't know, something has caught their attention. And I don't know what it is, but it looks like they've got a plan in their mind. Alright, and speaking about plans and planning, don't forget to plan your future. So if you'd like to visit Alex Forbes, you can do so on invest.alexforbes.com if you'd like to start your investment journey today. Yeah, because that's very important. Always got to think about the plan ahead. Now these cheetahs have spotted something. And something has got their attention. Not necessarily spotted something, but something has got their attention. Okay, I think they're going to start moving.
I feel it is a rosetted morning for us. So yes, let's see what we can find.
Do you want to know why impala are the most common antelope we find here in the Kruger National Park? You can ask me questions like this in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive here in the heart of Africa. Join me on Safari Live
connect with nature.
Are you ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Wild Earth Travel's newsletter is your passport to a magical journey. Explore exclusive travel options featuring special offers at stunning Wild Earth locations and all hosted by your favorite presenters. Don't miss out. Head over to our website and subscribe to the Wild Earth Travel newsletter today and stay in the know on all our unforgettable adventures. Wild Earth Travel, where Africa comes alive.
And blink and wink at each other. Yeah, it's all subtle communications, and their tail is going to be a big part of it as well. Okay, so they've just gone over that horizon of a hill there, and they've gone the other side there. I'm seeing some birds over here, Morgan. Oh, some crowned lapwings that are milling around here as well. Okay, so we will leave these three amigos for now. So after this, yeah, we'll just carry on. We still got some light to work with, as you can see. So we just want to see if we can maybe just get a little bit more lucky this afternoon and find those cheetah cubs, even if it's for 2 minutes. Yeah, courageous little birds. These birds saw the cheetahs and they came in to investigate a bit more. Luckily, no squabbling. Sometimes the crowned lapwings can actually, mob the cheetah. It can happen. I've seen crowned lapwings mobbing elephant before. Alright, this is the environment in which these three male cheetahs are. Wonderful, isn't it? It's nice and open, and as some of the comments are coming through, that the light is just exquisite at the moment. Perfect for what we're doing. Alright, yeah, we're going to let these cheetahs go for now. We're going to send you back to Amy. See how her leopard stakeout is doing.
Oh no, absolutely not. This is definitely not the time to lose hope, and we've just got our first rays of sun for the day coming through and actually landing, highlighting this impala carcass at the moment. I was just saying, this is the time, girl. If there was ever a moment to pose for us, it would be in the soft last rays of sun that are coming through. Francois, usually not. So when a female has cubs, she will usually stash them and then go off and hunt alone. But once that cub has sort of close to becoming independent, a little bit older, wiser, has more hunting skills, I have seen, for example, a pair in the northern Sabi Sand known as Shadulu, and her most recent successful cub that she raised called Nene, her killing I think it was an impala, and he was there sort of holding onto the impala but not really doing the killing part. So they do start to do more sort of, I suppose, hunting together when the cub gets older. I'd say, well over a year or so, these baboons are now going to roost in this tree. One of the males doing their territorial calling. She is not perturbed at all. I think she could be waiting for these baboons to settle down. But when they're still very young, say under a year or so, she will hunt alone. A female leopard usually. There's really, it's just compromising their safety, and they can so easily be killed, or they're so vulnerable out in the open, so it's important to keep them stashed away. Hasn't actually gotten more still now since we first had her moving her paws and rolling around a little bit, but definitely still there. Alright, well, while we sit here and see what this lovely leopard does, let's send you over into a clip all to do with children and the wilderness for World Environmental Day.
Over 2 decades ago, a vision was born to start empowering Africa's future conservation leaders. Through Children in the Wilderness, we have been connecting minds, hearts, and communities, creating a circle of conservation. These children, united by their love for the land, are not just its protectors, they are its future. Through eco clubs, community engagement initiatives, and annual camps, we are providing children with hands-on experiences and knowledge that inspire a deep connection to the environment. Our programs are empowering children to enact positive change within their communities, galvanizing them to become watchful stewards of the wilderness. They are building a legacy not only for themselves, but for future generations.
When I was 10 years old, I had a mindset of being a guide. I believe that when you teach a kid about conservation at a young age, it sticks in mind.
Here in Botswana, we do not have environmental education as a subject. So therefore, we complement the existing national curriculum by adding CITW as an extracurriculum activity for young people who are interested in environmental education.
They're just amazing children. They just love. When we teach them, they learn. They are eager to learn. We love them. We love them. They're just beautiful souls.
It is very important for them to learn because they've never seen these things out there. And I see a future. It also builds careers for them.
You are happy to teach somebody that you know that after sharing what you have shared with that particular person, it's not about the end of the day. He or she is going to take it to his parents, to his classmates, to his colleagues or friends, and then teach them as well. Remember, these kids, they are the future conservationists of our country.
The circle of conservation grows larger every day, and with each little hand that joins, it will continue to do so, helping protect the wilderness we all cherish. Children in the wilderness, empowering Africa's future conservation leaders.
Well, children are indeed such an important part, there we go, of our future. And making sure they care about nature and the environment is also such an important thing. And including them in that circle of conservation and hoping it grows more and more. Oof, we're getting quite a bit of movement now. You can see her head there. Is that an eye? Yes, I think so. Come on, girl. Oh, it's actually swatting flies. Yeah, she is. Maybe she prefers a little bit more dried out meat like biltong. I love how she's lying on her back. There we go. And then she was swatting the air just now. She looks so chilled. Like she's doing some sunbathing there. I can hear a fly or two. Oh, onto her side. Hopefully this means that she's starting to wake up a little bit. DVD, I know, fingers crossed. Just to see her there though, the movement, it is awesome. I mean, we really have the perfect opportunity to spend more time with her, and hopefully we'll see her do a little bit more. But even if we don't, just to be able to sit here is fantastic. It's nice to get an idea of her behavior, her movement, the fact that she's still here at the tree, which makes sense because there's still a lot of meat left there. Resting, digesting is also an important part of eating. All this meat has to go through the system. Let her tummy work a little bit. Make space so that she can consume more. Oh, are those stretches? Definitely picking up a rate of movement now. Well, next year in February, you have the opportunity to join none other than James Hendry, who is heading up a Tanzanian migration safari. Sounds incredible. And you have the opportunity from 18 to 26 February to grab one of the 6 spaces available. And James will be with you throughout. It's going to be an incredible experience. And if you would like any more info, you can head over to wildearth.travel. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, she's looking. Ooh, she's up. She's up, she's up, she's up, she's up, she's up. Oh, there we go, there we go. What you gonna do now, girl? Maybe she's gonna have a bathroom break? I think so, that's what she's doing. Just see some movement in the background there. We're just going to hang tight to everyone.
This unfolds in front of you.
South Africa's wild places are closer than you think because Federal Airlines brings them to you. From the calm of our FedAir lounge to the smooth boarding of our trusted fleet, we take care of the journey so you can enjoy the adventure. Our flights go beyond the ordinary, connecting you to South Africa's most remote and extraordinary locations. Federal Airlines, your gateway to the South African wild.
Yeah, I remember that's where I saw my first aardvark in my career at Mabula. I was driving in an area called Majaji, and I think they call them Majaji Plains. Nice big open plains area, and they've got this massive fig tree that grows in the middle. Driving along and I saw something moving. I'd never seen aardvark, you know, I've seen him in books, and I just saw this big animal with this dome-like back. I was like, binoculars, what is that? And then it's like, I can't believe this is an aardvark. I told the guest there's an aardvark. We waited and waited, and it actually crossed the road right in front of us and went moving off. And yeah, that was probably maybe my second year of guiding at Mabula, so it took a bit of time to get my first one. I suppose not really. Pangolin, I mean, they both eat termites, but they're completely different animals. A pangolin is an armored animal. But I mean, they go for the same food source, but they're not related to each other in any way. So, now we talk about those gems to find in the bush. Aardvark would most definitely be one of those gems. I still remember the first time I saw pangolin. Oh, Because in the Kalahari, that was an amazing feeling. That's an accomplishment. Most people go their whole life working in the bush, not seeing a pangolin, not even seeing a footprint. Yeah, I remember one time, that wasn't my first pangolin scenario. But I remember one time, someone called in a pangolin on the radio, and so I went and had a look at that pangolin. And then while we were watching that pangolin, somebody else in another area of the reserve called in another pangolin. So 2 pangolins in one game drive. That's just a madness. Shame, I still remember the one pangolin that I managed to show guests. I can't remember where they were from. They weren't very experienced safari travelers. But anyways, so I showed them a pangolin. And we were there for about 10 minutes, because usually when there's a pangolin sighting, you know, you watch it for as long as you can. And I said to the guests, "Are you okay? Would you like to carry on, or would you like to watch this?" And they looked at me and they're like, "No, we can go look for something else." I don't think they realized what they were seeing, but at the end of the day, they are paying that money to be there. Can't argue with that. If they want to go and look for something else, well, then we go look for something else. Yeah, this time the aardwolf should also start coming out now. I was trying to think of the last aardwolf I saw here in Amakala. I remember that first one that I managed to show you all with Morgan. We were looking for those meerkats, and then Morgan spotted this aardwolf in the distance. And oh man, we couldn't scramble fast enough to get the vehicle pointing in that direction. At the same time, asking Jared quickly to come to us. I think Jared was the director. I can't actually remember who the director was that day, but it was one of the directors. Quickly come to us. And then quickly they do what they do, tell the naturalist who they're live with, quickly, let's go to Andrew, he's got something amazing. Then I hear live, and then we still got the camera and the aardwolf still around. Ah, that was nice. And of course the viewers, the comments that came through, the people saying this is amazing, it's been so long, and some people saying it's my first one, and yeah, lovely, man. Yeah, still think about that caracal in the back of my mind though, still want to see one properly. Yeah, I did promise everybody the day we get a nice caracal and I can say, yeah, this is by far the best. Yeah, I did make a promise that I would do a breakdance move. Taryn, well, yeah, you're giving us some energy there. You feel it's that type of night? I feel it's that type of night. Yeah. It's a matter of time now. It's a matter of time. Man, I have seen them before, but not good. So that's really one of the wildlife that I haven't spent a lot of time with is caracal. Serval I've seen a few times in different reserves. I think I've seen maybe 10, maybe 7 serval, but also quite quick. That's another animal I haven't really spent enough time with. There's a nice place in Tanzania where they see this melanistic dark serval and experienced safari travelers. They really want to see that. Hannah, I'm a little bit confused about that. I believe they were, and then they were taken out and put into their own little family, but then I heard someone saying that they've been put back in. So I'm not too sure, but they are very similar, and for a long time they were considered part of the hyena family. But it's interesting that they're insectivores, right? So they eat insects. And there was a bit of a misunderstanding when it came to aardwolf and farming communities. That, you know, when a goat died or something died on the farm, and then maggots get inside the stomach, sometimes aardwolf will go and eat those maggots. And there was a little bit of a misunderstanding that people thought that it was the aardwolf that actually killed that animal. So they weren't liked for a period of time until, yeah, people understood now, oh, that's not the case. They're actually after insects. Aardwolf, an earthwolf translated. It's an Afrikaans word coming from Dutch. Aardwolf, earthwolf. aardvark would be an earth pig. Just in time, Jared. Thanks for that. Jared is going to play you that video now with myself and Morgan with an aardwolf in January last year, so quite some time ago. Let's check it out. All right, yes, we have just seen an aardwolf. There it is. Oh, how cool. This is brilliant. You can just see its head and ears moving through the grass there. Oh man, look at this. Alright, just a heads up everybody, we are on the digital extender, which means we are zoomed into the absolute max, and you might get a bit of shaking every now and then. Oh my goodness, you must hear the mission controllers, our directors. They are celebrating this sighting. I hope you are too, because this is a very special find for the morning. Now, we couldn't have asked for a better view. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Alright, thanks again Jared for playing that. Hello. Lekker man, just driving off the road for that vehicle. Yeah, I think if I remember that sighting correctly, it was on one of these slopey sort of grounds. We went to go and see if we can try and find the meerkats. I think it's the same one. And then this aardwolf appeared. I never spotted it. Morgan did. Yeah. Sometimes it can go one of two ways. Either it runs away and you don't ever see it again for that day or that week or whatever the case. And then you have another situation where it comes out and it wants to be seen and you can see it nicely. Yeah, but since then there's been quite a few that have been seen. I know Steve managed to spend some time with aardwolf, which he hadn't really done before here at Amakhala. And that's where I like to emphasize that each reserve offers its own unique things. Chloe, they're very different looking animals, aren't they? Very different. Yeah, now aardwolf they're not the biggest animals, they're quite small. Sometimes they can be very secretive. I think most wildlife, you know, sometimes they can be secretive. Aardwolf. Yeah, my first aardwolf again, Mabula. It was also at Mabula. It's in one of the plains. We found a den site. Oh man, I went to that den site most days. Some days you get there, you don't see nothing. Other days, the aardwolf was sunning itself outside the hole. Nice learning experience for myself.
We have just had our efforts paid off.
What does it take to handle the wild? Balance. Determination. Focus.
Yaku!
And gear that can take a beating so you don't have to.
This is what they call a shambe, a family, a whole herd of elephants.
But nature is beyond amazing. Nature is just everything.
We'd love to hear from you. Questions, comments about biology, Africa, safari. She's using her tail like a monkey.
Out here, every wild moment counts, and as a Wild Earth explorer, you won't miss a thing.
Incredible.
Watch the Wild Earth channel ad-free 24/7 and rewind if you want to catch something again. Enjoy behind-the-scenes videos, fireside chats, and early access to travel offers. The best way to stay connected and be part of the Wild Earth family.
Dark now. And I think instinctually she wants to keep her presence under wraps. Wow, hey girl. Her tummy definitely seems a bit say, oh, don't fall, don't fall. Graceful, graceful. Oh, there she's reaching for the carcass. How are you going to do this? Oh, goodness. I think she's trying to get it. Oh, oh. There we go, there we go. Good girl, good girl. Oh, there's a good amount of skin. There we go, there we go. She's definitely done this before. Alarm call. Yeah, Sasha, this is exactly what we've been waiting for. My goodness. Now she's going for the face. She hasn't really touched the head at all. Now I don't know if the impala is alarming at this leopard. It could be. I'm not going to say it's not, but there could also be, I don't know, something else. Maybe there's a scent that they picked up on more than actual sight. Maybe they can hear something being pulled around like this. But who knows, maybe there's something else walking around here.
Maybe showing the light somewhere there.
Oh, Hazel, you haven't met her yet? That's amazing. I'm so glad that you can have a chance to be introduced. I think there was a whole herd of impalas, only one alarming. So I wonder if it's just going on instinct. Maybe hearing the chewing, maybe the sounds of the movement. Oh my word, there we go. But either way, she's got her food, so it's not like she was trying to hunt anything. Crunching happening there. Oof. Yeah. Thanks, Puma. Patience pants definitely worked. And it just goes to show you don't know when it's going to pay off or not. But it is so worth it when it does. Oh, she's getting loose, I think, some of those ribs now. Or maybe a bit of the neck. Yeah, girl, good job. And reverse a little bit. Okay. We're just going to pull backwards slightly, everyone. Nathan, yeah, we are really, really happy to see how relaxed she is with us. And I've been completely surprised, I suppose, and pleasantly surprised at that, in the fact that she is so relaxed with us. What an amazing view we have of her here. That skin is quite tough though, so I don't think it's just going to rip off. She's pulling off some meat there now. Hello, girl. Wow. Oh, Chauvin, it is tricky to say. She's not super petite, I would say, in comparison to other leopards that I've seen. She's a pretty standard sized female, I think. I wouldn't mistake her for a male. Let's say it's starting to actually rain now. Well, drizzle. I think that's what she was just listening to there. She wants to get those hindquarters up, that is for sure. Trying to figure out how best to do it. This is so cool to watch. Wildlife lady, unfortunately that owl isn't going to get a show in tonight with this leopard back on her kill. But that was incredibly fascinating behavior, and I don't know if I'll ever see it again. But it is amazing what we continue to learn out here in the bush. Oh, careful, careful. It's hanging on by a thread, the bottom bit of that carcass. She almost needs to hold it with her one paw and grab the meat with her other and pull the one side towards the other side. to be so no. We actually stay just outside of the reserve. I actually am able to stay a little bit further away down the road where I live, but the rest of the crew stays just next door. Sandringham is quite largely undeveloped, and so the options are limited in that regard, but I know Sabi, who is now developing and building, they're busy in the midst of building their new lodge, which I can't wait to see the finished product, hopefully sometime next year. Mzansa, we're about 20 meters from this leopard, or the tree that she's in. So there we go. You've got a perfect view here. There's a lot of fallen over stumps and that sort of stuff closer by, so to try and navigate closer is unnecessary, really, when we've got such a perfect view of her from where we are now. I don't know what she's going to do about those hindquarters. That's where most of the meat is left. I knew it was going to tear off at some point, the way she was chewing through the skin there. It's amazing that it's still hanging on. I can't believe that. Lucky there she's going to try and get it. How are you going to do this, girl? Yeah, cat fan, I know. Fingers crossed that she still hangs out in the tree in the morning, even if almost all the meat is gone. There's no guarantee of that. But at least we got to see her up tonight. This is fantastic. Oh, head to Andrew.
All right, everybody. Yes, nice, Morgan. We've got a brown hyena now. Brilliant stuff. Well done, Morgan. That is just brilliant. So this is my first time showing you a brown hyena. I know Morgan has done it a few times, but this is my very first time. Let's see if it pops out there.
My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently.
Impact Foundation is a non-profit that uses the power of wildlife storytelling as a force for good. We create sustainable development projects that showcase conservation stories, empower people, and inspire environmental action. As a registered South African PBO, you can make a tax-deductible donation to the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. To find out more, visit our website.
And then Jared with his quick links, and we did it. We conquered. We came, we saw, and now we are driving back to camp. Sunless, Cape Leopard next. Cape Leopard next. I'm not going to say yes or no, but my body language will say it all. Yeah. Oh man, you just never know what's around the corner. Yeah, it's been a really successful couple of days, I must say. Yeah, this morning was very quiet, but we can understand why. It was a build-up to everything we've been seeing today. Oh man. Cheetah cubs yesterday. Cheetah coalition today. Male lion, brown hyena. Bliss. Life is good. Life is good in the bush. Ah, it's got a vehicle behind me here. Okay. Let's just go through these bumps nice and slowly. These spotlights are really, really handy. I'm looking for some chameleons now. Sometimes you do see Cape dwarf chameleon on this road. I've seen them once on this road. Okay, we're going to continue on. We need to get up the hill road. We're going to send you back to Amy.
Hello everyone. She came down the tree and she's in the grass there. She's actually just sat down. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. She's lying there. Oh, there we go. Just a little bit of eye shine. Every now and again she lifts her head. I don't know if she just decided to come down to do some grooming. But you can just see the movement there. I'm just staying where I am at the moment. There's, you know, no matter if I go forward or back at this point, she's so low down in the grass. It's impossible. There we go. It's doing a little bit of grooming, it looks like. Incredible how quickly she can disappear. Mabula, I think that if she doesn't finish it completely, there will be very little left in the morning. she has the capability to finish what's left there. If I think of what she ate in the course of seeing the carcass yesterday to what we saw in the morning, she definitely can eat quite a bit in the course of a whole night. But she could also take it easy, and we might be surprised to see quite a bit of the carcass left. Fingers crossed for that option. The baboons are still not completely settled yet, still moving around the other tree. Oh my goodness. Sounds like they're screaming in pain. So this morning we actually saw her do this in the tree where she did her grooming, but choosing now this evening to be on the ground. Oh my goodness. Gavin, in theory that sounds amazing, but I know that I will not be able to stay awake, and I definitely do not want to be falling asleep in an open vehicle out in the bush. But I do wish that we could set up like a GoPro type of thing where we could film what happens in this tree. Maybe like a time lapse of everything she gets up to. I have a feeling she's going to be doing this for a while. She took quite a long time to do her grooming this morning. Oh, she's listening all the time though. Alright, well, it's been amazing to see so much of this girl, and I'm grateful that she popped out when she did. We're going to send you into the last World Environment Day clip.
The Deerweyer Honey Project is another perfect example of how we would like to implement human-wildlife coexistence work. The problem there was that elephants were accessing a crop and destroying this crop quite easily and quite opportunistically on a regular basis. What the farmers found was that by placing beehives around the crop, elephants naturally do not enjoy being around bees, and having those hives around the field kept the elephants away from the field. So what we had there was a solution for keeping the elephants out of the field. We had a farmer who was now pleased to have a protected crop, which meant that food security was improved for the farmer, who understands how elephants can be kept away in a safe manner. But we also had a product in the honey, and a product that we use on a daily basis in our camps. So we have all of the entities that make up a sustainable program that protects people, it protects wildlife, and it also provides a product which we can then support and grow a small business. And Deer Valley Honey is a perfect example of that.
I met this remarkable rhino bull, whose name is Samson, last year in a place of extraordinary beauty, history and story. I'm going back there to see him in October, and I think you should come with me to his mysterious mountain fastness.
Wild Earth has launched a special fundraising drive for our non-profit, the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. We're raising funds to source, create, and showcase thousands of untold stories. Stories that spark real action in conservation and social impact. Visit our website to donate and explore how you can become a founding donor.
My full name is Cedric Leslie Dold. I grew up mostly here in the Lowveld. I grew up here pretty much on the southern side of Kruger National Park, a place called Marloth Park, for most of my years. Something surprising about myself, I did play drums in a band for many years. Best sighting I've presented, we found Palumba and the two cubs, and the cubs are just way big.
Hyenas love bathing.
Every month, something wild lands in your inbox. From rare sightings and behind-the-scenes secrets to expert stories, seasonal changes, and exclusive travel opportunities, the Wild Earth Journal is your free monthly mailer, packed with the magic of the wild straight from the field. It's fun, it's free, it's full of surprises. Sign up now on the Wild Earth website.
The road here, we've got a vehicle behind us. Shame, they want to get back to the camp. Guests want to shower and so on before dinner. Alright, let's let them get past. Hey, you're welcome and enjoy. Alright, there they go. Okay, there they go. It's going to reverse. This is a bit of a step here. Whoopsie. Alright, we're going to continue west. We're going to send you back to Amy. She's still got a leopard. Let's go and check that leopard out again.
Hello everyone, our girl is up, well, sitting up at least, a little bit. She moved closer to the tree and, oh, fingers crossed she decides to go back up again or lie down completely flat. There we go, it just went behind the tree trunk. And I think we can see rosettes, but they're so well camouflaged in between this grass. She's decided to have a bit of a break. I don't know if we'll see anything else now. but there is a leopard there. That's for sure. Sandra, it's a pleasure. It's what we do, and making sure that you're properly dressed is a big part of that, so that we don't freeze. Yeah, it's thank you for saying that. We appreciate it, and it's really a joy to bring it to you, and I'm glad that we can. Come rain or shine. I'm really looking for something there, any movement, but I can't see it. Not even a tail flick, but if she does not feed too much on the carcass in the tree, almost guarantees that she will be here in the morning, continue to feast away. Sandy, fall from a tree? I have. It was little Chipondor when she was still a tiny cub, just a few months old. And what happened was that mom was sort of had a little kill in the drainage line, and the little leopard cub was practicing her climbing skills, and then she sort of tumbled over down on these thin branches, so that was quite funny. But she was fine. But in terms of sort of an adult leopard in a high up tree, no. I also saw Nsumi roll out of a tree, a young female leopard. My first sighting, I was with Paul, the first leopard I met when I joined Wild Earth. And she rolled out off a log after extending her neck after yawning. So that was quite funny, but it wasn't very high. It was just fallen over a dead log. Unfortunately, no other movement there, but it has been a fantastic afternoon waiting it out here again and paw spotting that movement. Oh, incredible to know that she was here. And then we got to see her go up the tree, do a bit of feasting, and come down again as well. Well, another highlight definitely for Andrew was seeing those beautiful cheetahs in the golden light. That is just fantastic stuff. And who knows what tomorrow is going to hold, everybody. We'll be back live again for Feline Friday at 6:30 a.m. Central African time. Thank you so much to everyone who sent through comments and questions today. We really do appreciate it. And all of us here at Wild Earth wish you all a pleasant day or evening ahead, depending where you are in the world. And we'll see you once again for Sunrise Safari bright and early. From us, it's goodbye for now.